Hello, it's teacher Melissa here. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time visiting, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button so you can hear all of the wonderful things about VIPKid. Today I'm going to give you my 1-year update. I was hired last year around December 26th, and so I want to tell you the pros and the cons that I think are from VIPKid and give you a couple of updates about my specific journey. So let's start with the pros. The first pro that I think VIPKid offers is the ability to work from home. When I hit my alarm, I can leave my pajama pants on, throw on a shirt. It does not have to be orange. I choose to wear orange a lot, but it does not have to be. And I just turn on the computer and I get to teach. Also, the second pro is it's a really fun job. I really actually enjoy the job and I love the kids. I get to act silly and it's not really a part of my personality. I'm usually very quiet and shy in my everyday life, so I feel like it brings something out of me and it gives me joy to teach the classes. The third pro I would say is, you get to make your own schedule. So if I want to teach a lot, I can open a lot of slots, and if I don't want to teach a lot, then I cannot teach a lot. And so in my journey, I actually moved over the summer, and I did not teach for 2 months of this year because I was moving, and I didn't want to not have good internet connection. And when I first moved to this house, I've been here about 2 months in this house, I was nervous about opening spots because I didn't have time to set up my background yet. I just threw up a couple of simple things and nobody has really complained about that. I do plan to make it more elaborate. It's on my list of many things to do. Another pro is that you can choose how you get paid. So you can get paid weekly, bi-weekly, which means every other week, or you can get paid once a month. I chose to get paid once a month at this time because my full-time job is a public school librarian. So I do not teach a whole ton of hours. So I like to get just one check once a month, and that works for me. But there are many payment options. So if you need to get paid every week, you can. And also there are a lot of ways to get bonuses and incentives. So when you start, you get a base pay. That's what you are paid every class that you teach. But they offer a lot of incentives. For example, if you open a certain number of slots in a month, they will offer you some type of monetary reward. They have contests. And when you help people get hired, they also give you a one-time bonus. So it is not a pyramid scheme. You just get a one-time bonus when you help someone get hired. If you are interested in getting hired, I would love to help you. And you can look down in the description and find information on how to contact me so that you can become a part of this wonderful company. There are some cons though. So before you get started, you should know what the cons are. The first one is bookings. Everyone has different experiences with bookings, which means getting classes. So some people get classes right away, and for other people, it just takes much longer. My personal experience, I got my first class within about 4 days, and then I got a few classes, they just kind of trickled in, and it took me a couple of months to build up a good client base. Unfortunately, once I had a lot of students, it was time to move, so I had to close down slots for 2 months, and I'm just now getting back into teaching a lot more hours, and so I am seeing some of my students come back, but they haven't all come back yet. So just be aware that everybody's experience with bookings is different. You might start out and get a first class right away, and it might take you months to get your first class. So don't be discouraged. Everybody's journey is different. The time difference. I'm on the East Coast and some people think that is an advantage, but I still find the time difference hard. I have 3 children, so although I can technically teach from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m. at this time, I can't actually do those hours because I have to get my children to bed. And since I work full time, by the time my children are in bed, I often don't want to open slots. And I'm not a morning person, although I'm starting to become a little bit more. So at this time, I teach one class Monday through Friday before I go to my job. Now, I have to be to my regular job at 7 a.m. So that means I have to leave my house. I leave my house about 6:45. I'm blessed that my school that I work at is right around the corner. But to leave at 6:45, I also have 3 children I have to help get ready. So I teach one class from 5:30 a.m. till 6 a.m. And then I help my children get ready and leave by 6:45. So this causes me to get up. I actually love to sleep, so I get up at 5 to teach the class at 5:30, which for some people isn't too bad. But if I didn't teach, then I'd be able to sleep till 6. So sometimes it's like, I'm losing an hour of sleep. And also you have to give up your Friday nights, your Saturday nights, or either Saturday and Sunday mornings if you really want a lot of classes. And I really like to spend that time with my family. So the time difference in hours can be a challenge. But again, you get to make your own schedule. So you can work it out however you would like to. The raise policy. I am on my 3rd contract and I did not receive a raise, and that is because of the number of classes that I'm able to teach. Again, I do this part-time, so I wasn't able to meet the number of classes and the number of parent feedback. I find it difficult to get parents to leave feedback. Even I've tried asking for it, I've tried not asking for it, I've tried giving very excellent long feedback, I've tried short feedback. I find it difficult to get parents to consistently leave you feedback to meet that raise requirement. Another thing is the cancellation policy. If you have to cancel a class, if you're sick. In the year I've been with them, I have not had to use the cancellation policy. I have read it. I have read a lot of posts on Facebook about people who had a very hard time getting their absences excused. So when you book classes, I open for like 2 weeks out. And so I don't know if I'm going to be sick 2 weeks from now. I don't know if my children are going to be sick 2 weeks from now. Sometimes children are sick and you don't want to take them to the doctor because you know that tomorrow they're probably going to feel fine. But if you have to cancel a class, if it's within 2 hours, you are charged $10. So at my regular job, if I don't go to work, I just don't get paid. But at VIPKid, if I need to cancel at the last minute, not only do I not get paid, I lose money. They take it out of your incentives. So just beware, if you have to cancel like 4 classes, that'd be $40. So the cancellation can be a little rough. I want to share a couple of my personal insights. Again, I teach very part-time, although I do have a goal in the new year to start teaching more classes. So I hope next year, at my next year update, I have taught a lot more classes than I did this year. But I've taught 165 classes this year. Remember, for 2 months, I didn't teach at all because I moved. And I also took a couple of months to get my bookings going. So that's one reason. But 165 classes have been a blast. I've learned a lot. I've certified in level 1, level 2, level 3, trials, and a supplemental course called Starlight. So I am going to add level 4 soon is my goal, and maybe a couple more supplementary courses. I have had 25 referrals in a year. Not all of them have been hired yet. Some of them are still in the process. And I have had 1 teacher IT. I was teaching one day and my computer, we lost power. And my computer just went off in the middle of class. So if that happens to you, you will not get paid for the class. But nothing else really happens unless you have a whole bunch of teacher ITs. Then something may happen. So it has been a very fun journey. My goal for next year is to help more people get hired and to perfect my teaching and teach more classes. So I hope to see you at my next video. Thank you.